Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with 60andMe. Thank you so much for being here today. Now, 60andMe is a community of women who are over 60, aging beautifully, and still love and have a passion for makeup, beauty, skincare. And I've got a really fun makeup video for you today. It's something that I've never done before. There's a beautiful beauty blogger. Her name is Allie Glines. She is just amazing. She's just a beautiful woman, and she does incredible things with makeup. And I've been following her now for years. And she started something called a tag, which is where she raises a question, and then other beauty bloggers, YouTube bloggers will respond with the answers to the same questions. So this one is called Makeup 21 Questions. And they are just the most fascinating questions. I watched her video last night, and I will leave a link to it below so that you can watch her version. And I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people doing this video, this tag, because the questions are great and they give you a chance to think about makeup in a way that maybe you haven't thought about before. Now, I am not a beauty blogger and I'm not a professional. I'm just a woman over 60 who loves makeup. And I just try new things, new products, new techniques, and share them with our community of women all around the world. We're a global community in 150 countries. And so women have got different needs as they turn 50, 60, 70, 80. I am 72. I've got 72-year-old skin and all the wonderful challenges that offers me. But these questions that Allie raised are just beautiful. And I'm going to have a go at them and be honest and share my experiences. And I want to thank you, Allie, for doing this, starting this tag, because I think it's going to get people talking about their feelings about makeup and, you know, their passions, their preferences. And I will start with question number 1, which is, what is the oldest makeup product in your collection? Well, I don't have anything from, sort of the 1960s or 70s, but the oldest thing I have in my collection is this beautiful makeup by Max Factor. It is called Ageless Elixir Miracle Foundation, 2-in-1 foundation and serum. This was discontinued several years ago, and I have just made it my mission to gather up as many as I can from everywhere in the world, because if I could have one makeup product, and I don't even use this very much anymore because I'm so afraid I'll run out of it. It's just gorgeous. It's a perfect skin color for me. I'm not wearing it today. It's a perfect skin color, great serum foundation, and this must have been, 10 years ago that this was popular. And I saw that when it was discontinued, there was an uproar, but Max Factor has come back with some lovely products. And this is my oldest one in the collection, a foundation. What is my most recent makeup purchase is the second question. And that's an easy one because I got a little bit carried away with eyeshadow palettes over the holidays. And I decided I didn't have any color pop in my collection. This company brings out thousands of products, it seems, every month, but I decided to buy a few, and this is the one that I just purchased called Making Mauves, which is a beautiful pink palette, and I've got part of it on my eye today, but it's lovely, and that's the one that I just purchased, and it's from ColourPop. Isn't that pretty? So anyway, that was my latest purchase. 3, what is the first makeup product you ever purchased? So when I was a teenager, I was a bit of a hippie, as we all were in the 60s, right? So my first makeup product, I can remember it, was eyeliner. And I just wore eyeliner like it was the only thing that mattered. And I have nice eyes. I have big eyes. And I did have 2 eyebrows that actually matched at one point in time. And, so my eyes were my feature, and I loved putting on eyeliner. And I don't even know if I actually wore eyeshadow. I think I just wore eyeliner and just smudged it and lipstick. That was it. So that's my first makeup product I ever used. Number 4, what is the makeup trend that you used to love, but you don't love now, you hate now? Well, I don't know about hate, but I used to wear nude lipstick. Like very light colored lipstick. That was kind of the look, dark eyes and light lips. And I had, just a lot of lipsticks that were way, way too light for my skin probably. But that's the trend that I used to love, light nude lipsticks, and now I don't. Number 5, what is the makeup trend that you used to hate, but now you love? This was a really hard one because I think I didn't really wear a lot of mascara in those days. I think, as I've mentioned, I was always into liner, but mascara now has become like a friend of mine, and I love mascaras. My very favorite one, actually, is the same as Allie's. It's funny, Allie Glines. It's the L'Oreal Luminous Paradise, and there's a new version of this now, which is called voluminous, and then there's another one without the voluminous, but I like the voluminous. L'Oreal, really nice mascara, and that's kind of my favorite mascara, and a trend that I didn't like too much when I was younger, but I like now. Number 6, this is great. There's 21 questions, so I'll move quickly here because they're so interesting. 6, what is your favorite step in your makeup routine? First step is my favorite step. That is putting on a facial oil. And I have a favorite that I use always. Hydration for my skin, super important. It's the Growing Younger Gracefully serum. It's a very reasonably priced serum. I've been using it for years and years. I have no affiliation with it. I know the owner of the company, Sheena. She lives in Boston, I think. I met her in Bali and turned me on to her cream. Beautiful. That's the first thing, and the thing that it's my favorite step. I love massaging my face at the beginning and then applying makeup, respecting that my skin needs hydration and care. What is the makeup product that I cannot live without? That's number 7. Well, there's only one answer to that, and it wasn't hard at all. It's my lipstick. You know, I thought about foundation. I probably would love to take my Max Factor foundation, or maybe eyeshadow or whatever. But then I thought, no, what's the one thing I would grab if I was going out the door and I really only had one choice? It's my favorite product. It is my Estee Lauder. Those who know in my channel know the color too, because I talk about it all the time. Frosted Apricot. I'm wearing it. I don't even know if it's available anymore, but one of my kind viewers sent me an extra one because I was so panicked I would lose it. So Estee Lauder Frosted Apricot is my favorite makeup product that I cannot live without. And you can put it on your cheeks as well. You can use it for all kinds of things. Probably even on your eyes if you just, really mushed it up a bit. So number 8, what sparked your love for makeup? I think it was when my mom would leave her Pond's cream on her dressing table, and I would sneak in and steal it and put it on my face to use it as a cleanser. It was like gold dust in those days. I mean, women just did not spend money on makeup in my mom's age, and she used to hide it almost from me, but I would always sneak it. And I just realized how good, nice, clean, hydrated skin felt. That's where I got into makeup. And then I think, as I just got into a little bit old, then I had a gap where I really didn't wear that much makeup through most of my life. But then when I got to be 60 and started 60andMe community, I realized that makeup could help with that lack of confidence that you get as you're an older woman, that sense that you're not as beautiful anymore, that you don't have perfect skin, not that anybody does or that ever will, but just that sense that it could help. And so I started, when I started 60andMe, I then started thinking about makeup and doing videos, and that's where my passion began. The worst makeup look I've ever done is number 9. Well, to be honest with you, this is really a funny one. I did a makeup video about 5 years ago. It was my first makeup video. It was like a 4-minute makeup application. I didn't use the right brushes. I didn't use the right techniques. I just literally put this makeup on just like an amateur, and I was an amateur, I still am. But anyway, it got 500,000 views on YouTube. It's like, what? So it's like, there's no sense to it, but that was, in my opinion, my worst makeup look. It just didn't do anything to flatter my skin or my face, but that was great. And then the 5th question is, 10th is, what is your favorite makeup look you've ever done? And I actually don't know the answer to that one. I think there's one that I did with some beautiful green eyeshadow from the Everlasting Love, the Sydney Grace eyeshadow palette that I just drooled over I still do. I love it. And I did a makeover and showed that eyeshadow, and the green looked really cool with my green eyes. And I think that was my favorite look. So if I can find it, I'll leave the link for you. 11, my favorite drugstore makeup product. Well, there's so many of them. I mean, I've gone through splurges where I've spent a lot of money on makeup and been disappointed. I'll talk about, there's another question on that. But my favorite right now is, the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Moon, specifically. I'm wearing it today just in the middle of my lip. It's just fantastic lip gloss. I wear it all the time. Around the house, I wear it when I'm just going out. It's special. It's a unique product, and that's my favorite drugstore product right now. My favorite splurge makeup product. Okay, here we go to the other extreme, which is an eyeshadow palette that the Enduring Love was one that I was craving too, but the one that I really have bought as a splurge was this one by Terry. It's by Terry, is it Totally Paris or? Yeah, Totally Paris. I think I can't read the writing. It's beautifully. The packaging for by Terry is amazing. I also bought the limited edition one, the blush and highlight last year in the summer, which is gorgeous. But this was my favorite splurge. It was about $56, which for me was a big splurge. So I love it. I wear this all the time, and I figured out some new techniques for applying eyeshadow, which I really, really love. So I just put it on the lid of my lash. I don't do the whole thing with the transition line and lots of shading. I just put it on my lid and it works for me just fine. But the By Terry eyeshadow palette was beautiful. That was my biggest splurge recently. My most repurchased makeup product. Well, I think that actually Allie said this too, Allie Glines, because I'm following her questions along, but I think she actually said her mascara. And I cannot think of anything else except for the facial oil that I've purchased more than others, that I would say my mascara. I only, because I kind of only wear it for 3 months at a time and then buy again. So that's probably why that's my most repurchased product, is the L'Oreal Voluminous Paradise Black Mascara. Okay, so let's go. We're halfway through. What is your earliest makeup memory? Oh, I think I've already mentioned that, because that was with my mom, with her Pond's cream. And it wasn't my makeup, it was skincare. And that's all that I ever. Oh, I do remember actually. Now that I think about it, this Estee Lauder. I had a work colleague when I worked at Microsoft that her name was Pam. I can't remember her last name, but I do remember she wore this lipstick, and she had beautiful aura about her. She just glowed. And I asked her one day what her lipstick was, and she said Frosted Apricot by Estee Lauder. And I went out and bought it, and that was like 30 years ago. Is that right? Maybe, yeah. That sounds like a long time, but and I've worn it ever since. So that was my first real makeup, was with this lipstick. What is the most underrated makeup product you own? Now, I'm honestly not copying Allie, but it was exactly the same thing that she chose, and I think it's the most underrated product ever. I love this product. I can't even get it here in Switzerland. I have to have a friend send it to me from Dollar General. It's Believe Beauty, and it's a foundation. It's amazing. It's just amazing. I'm not wearing it today, but I'm wearing Radiant today. But this is honestly, in fact, I wear it very sparsely because I don't want to run out. This is the second bottle, the second jar, Believe Beauty. And I think it's called Soft Beige. But that's what I consider to be the most underrated drugstore product. The most overrated, well, I don't want to get into any trouble or negativity here, but you ask me, so I'll tell you. And it's really sad because I really do and always have admired and loved Chanel products. And I went out and I bought 3 things, and it cost me over $150 because I just wanted to treat myself. You know, this lockdown has been hard for everybody, and for me it was just a little treat. And I'll never ever do it again because I learned my lesson. But I went out and bought blush, which I loved, and a couple of other things. But this was the powder. It's called the Poudre Universal Libre. It's the natural finish loose powder. I got it in 20, which is the color of the Chanel foundation. I have had that for a while, the Chanel foundation, which I do love. And I thought, well, that will be perfect. It's just not a good powder for me. It's too heavy. It's too cakey. And I actually use Flower Beauty and also Rimmel. Those are my 2 favorite blushes or powders. This is the Rimmel one. I don't know where the lid is. It's the Stay Matte. Drugstore, 10th of the price. But the Chanel product was my most disappointing, overrated makeup product. Everyone says they love it, and I did not. I'm sorry. What is a discontinued makeup product you wish would come back? No question. Max Factor, this Ageless Elixir Miracle Serum Foundation. Please bring that back. I can't think of something I would want. And also that By Terry palette, the bronze highlight, and where you can see I've almost That is a limited edition. I wish that would come back for the summer because I would buy it again. But anyway, I think it's the Max Factor that will be the one. Where do you go for makeup inspiration? Well, where do I go for makeup inspiration? I think I'm answering this in the right order. Yes. Inspiration, I go to the bloggers. My sisters in crime on YouTube. I must be the oldest one. I know actually there's Rockstar Mom and a few others that are in their 70s, and they're great. Tamara, Ageless Beauty or Timeless Beauty, and a few others. And in fact, I just did an article on 16 bloggers that older women should pay attention to or watch. And they're my inspiration because they're more lifestyle than the makeup. For them, makeup like me is part of my life. It's not my only life. I do videos on all kinds of topics ranging from, relationships to downsizing to retirement to fashion, whatever. All the things about that older women might care about. But so there's a lot of beauty bloggers. I like Allie Glines a lot. I always learn from her. There's another someone called Mandy. There's someone called is it Stephanie? There's a lot of them, and that's where I get my inspiration. Also, I get it from my community. They leave me comments all the time about things they've discovered, and I get inspiration from them. It's tough being older sometimes, and I just admire the women in my community so much, and that's where I get inspiration in general, and for makeup particularly. And what do you? Oh, this is number 20. Wow, we've whizzed through these. Hope I haven't forgotten any. But anyway, 20. What do you hope to see less of in makeup's future? Less hype. Less promises that are totally unrealistic. Less focus on youth and, just things are going to make you look younger, feel younger, be younger. And also they don't do what they say they're going to do. And just the hype around makeup, that it's not the end of the world if you have acne or scars or red skin, inflamed skin, or that you have imperfect eyebrows. My eyebrows are the most imperfect sisters in the world. They're not twins at all. But you know what I mean? It's like just knowing that there's more to makeup and beauty than perfection. We are all flawed. We are all broken. And we spend our lives. As older women, we know this. And so we don't worry so much about makeup. So less hype, more just beautiful stuff at affordable prices. And the final question is, what do you hope to see more of in the future of makeup? And for me, there's only one thing, and that would be less ageism. There's a really wonderful video that Wayne Goss, he's another person that inspires me, a guy who's a makeup artist, and he did a video on cosmetic ageism, how cosmetics companies still are not thinking about older women when they make makeup. Now, yes, I use all these products that are designed for women of all ages. That's how they're promoted. But that's not always true. They are making formulations and blends that are not useful for older women. They fortunately, in the last year or two, had put out a lot of cream products, which are fabulous. I'm using Flower Beauty for my cream blush, and on a Flower, it's a Glow highlighter. So it's all cream, not powder. But it's not just that, it's the colors, it's the palettes, it's the skincare that is put into the products. It's changing. I've noticed recently that there's a lot of products now with hyaluronic acid and also niacinamide and all kinds of things that are good for your skin. So I think brands are starting to get it. But I would love to see more older women in makeup advertising, makeup promotion, makeup celebration. That would be my really beautiful goal and wish for the next year, that we see more older women chosen by brands to represent them, or to at least be included in their images and in their promotions. So that's it. That's my 21 questions. That was so fun. I had such a good time with that. Oh my gosh. I'm just looking through the list. Did I miss any here? I feel like I whizzed through it, and then suddenly I thought, did I actually answer them all? But I think I did. And if you're watching this from our 60Me community, please leave your comments. Anything that any memory I've stirred, or anything that you'd like to discuss, any of these questions that you'd like to answer between us. If you are a beauty blogger watching this because Allie has done the tag, and you've been tagged, and you thought, oh, that's interesting. What's that 72-year-old woman doing with this tag? Well, here I am. Welcome, and thank you for joining our community. I'd love to have you join my site here, and we can be an inspiration to each other. Thank you again, Allie, for starting this and making it such an enjoyable experience, and for all that you do for the beauty community. Take very good care, and look forward to talking to you all again in another video. Lots and lots of love to everyone. Bye-bye for now.